My dear child, when you ask for something just believe you received from that moment onwards. Talk like you have received what you have asked, walk like you have received what you have asked, and live like you have received what you have asked. So, in advance, even if it does not happen immediately, give thanks to me as like I answered what you have asked. So, always remember faith is confidence in what you hope for and assurance about what you do not see. So I can change anything and give you what you are asking through your small little faith in me. So, my child, know that. Your higher self wants to remind you that it is not your job to take on the worries of your friends and family, nor is it your duty to solve all of their problems either. Release all of that pressure, strain, and stress caused by taking on the weight of a responsibility that was not yours to carry. And it is time for you to focus upon you now. Leave behind all guilt and shame when it comes to saying no and protecting your own inner peace. And when you continue to help everyone else expect yourself, you are leaving very little room for joy in your own life. Of course, still help your loved ones, however, have a healthy limits, know when stepping back is required. So, my child, know that there comes a time where you have to idea what is best for you regardless of anyone's opinion on the matter. It may cost your old energy, but that is part of the beauty behind the process and the shedding of the old you to make room for your new self. So follow your intuition with each message it gives you. It is taking you down the destined path you are meant to go on. So distractions will try to test your focus, but you know better than to let them break your concentration. So you are on a whole new level, attracting blessings and walking through opportunities with ease. So don't put out your fire now, start adding more fuel to it, set your path aflame with your own beautiful light. You will manifest the results you seek, and that is undeniable. Things always have a way of working out for you, and one way or another. Either you are on the right path or you are on the long path, but either way, you owe it to yourself to be at peace throughout these shifts. And you spent years beating yourself up, and there is no internal enemy, just a once misguided soul that is found its way. So keep choosing you while handling yourself with tender, loving, and care. So you deserve so much better than what you are allowing yourself to put up with, so reclaim yourself. observed and severe just like that in that order. My child, know that the reality is that one day you wake up and decided things needed to change. So, and as you take a look around yourself today, you find that you came through for yourself on so many fronts, and your wisdom is expanding. You are feeling positively more consistently and more deeply. You are caring for yourself in meaningful ways. This is all the evidence you need to trust so fully that worry and doubt no longer have a place in your mind. So you needed faith in the past because very little was materializing. Now you just need to acknowledge all that already is. So my child, know that don't confuse being open-hearted with oversharing. When you start living from the heart, you realize the oneness with everything. So you feel like sharing the love with everyone, but you have to understand that not everyone is open to your frequency. So we live in a world that is driven by the ego, not the heart, and sometimes we get carried away and our share because we come from a place of pure intentions. So it is important to remember that when you open your heart to someone and share your energy, they are also able to receive it with love. But a lot of people are not looking for heart to heart connections and they are shallow. So they are looking for something to gossip about, and it is crucial to not overshare with such people. The connection between two open heart always creates a safe space. So my child, know that experiences will make you fall before you rise, fail before you succeed, loss before you gain, and pause before moving forward. Remember to credit yourself for the strength you found when unexpectedly pushed from your comfort zone, yet you still kept going. So continue to care about your feelings as you deliberately speak kind, uplifting words to yourself. Focus on the life you want to create and keep elevating. You deserve it all. My child, know that. Too many people throw themselves into romance because they are afraid of being single and then start making compromises and losing their identity. God is keeping you single in this season of your life where there is literally no one approaching or to approach. Rejoice. So stop trying to force your way out of it, and you will continuously be back at square one if you continuously try to make it happen in your own strength. So God is not done with you in your singleness. There is so much He wants you to have and obtain before, and He opens the door of relationships. So he not only wants to heal you and bless you, but he wants to show himself to you in ways you never thought possible. So my child, know that. The way you fight for yourself every day, and it will be enough even when fear shivers down your spine. So even when tomorrow is unclear, even tomorrow does not appear to be on your side. It will be enough even when the moments don't add up, even when what you do is not what you expected. So even when most of what you see does not seem to work, and it will be enough, and even in the loneliest of days. So even in the darkest of moods, even in the ugliest of times, so many tells you how much more you need to give. So how much more you need to do, but how can you give and do something and you have not learned yet? How can you give and do something you are still in the process of learning? And through please today, all I ask you is for you to be a little more kinder to yourself. So a little more gentle in the things you do, a little more forgiving of where you have to be and what you need to have. So trust me when I say you are going to learn all that you need to do and where you rightfully need to be on time. So trust me when I say that where you are going in life is not a race, because you should be running your own race and not the marathons people put on you to finish. So only ask for once, and you remember it is not a career you have but a life, so live it kindly and live it gently. Live your life fighting to remind yourself of who you are, instead of forgetting all that makes you, because even with all the mess right now, it will be enough and you are enough. So my child, know that. You probably have a picture in your head at any given time of how you think things should go your day. And the weekend time off at work, in your relationship with your family, friendships. So, and you may very well be right, but the picture in your head is still just your opinion. You are not God. God works in mysterious ways. Trust Him, He is working. You will only be disappointed if you wanna play gods and expect things to be as you picture. Erase it, be open. God's keeping you on your toes, just go with it. So my child, know that. You are not difficult to love, you are not too needy or too much. You are just not for everyone, and that is okay. It is a human and it is normal. Every person on the planet has parts of who they are that are unattractive and unacceptable to certain people. And every person is someone's idea of hard to love. But each of us also embodies traits and qualities that make us perfect for someone else. So each of us has struggles and pieces of our story that don't frighten certain people and would not push them away. So pieces that make us exactly what they are looking for and histories that never make them question our lovability or worth. So, and that counts for something. No matter how many people find you difficult to love, there will always be others who feel like they have struck gold. So, and no matter how many turn away, and I hope you can trust that there is nothing wrong with who you are. So that your needs are valid, that you are inherently lovable and worthy of relationships that don't hurt. So you are not for everyone, and this does not have to be a bad thing. You are rare and resilient and have a gift to offer that can't be replicated. So you know who you are and what you need, and you should not ever have to settle for people who love you poorly. So there is better love out there waiting. There are people better suited to hold your heart. People you have not met yet who will make you forget that you ever doubted your value. People who will laugh when they hear you say you are difficult to love. And if you have not found them yet, you will. So, my child, know that. We watch the sunrise and gaze at the starry skies from our backyards and think this is a perfect creation. We stand with our feet in the sand and look out upon the ocean and think this has to be proof that there is nothing greater at work in this universe. We hold our breath as we scroll through images of galaxies from space telescopes and marvel at the magnificence of life's creation. So we find perfection in the world all around us, and yet we convince our minds that we ourselves are somehow inherently wrong. We tell ourselves that we are imperfect, a mistake. We can't let ourselves believe that the same force that created the oceans and galaxies could possibly have crafted us with the same care as well. So we can praise the majesty of the earth and moon but can't fathom that this same splendor exists in our own brains. So we find beauty even in the nature's imperfections but not in our own. But do you really think the beauty you see in the world outside yourself is not a reflection of what inside you? Do you really believe you are not as luminous as all those distant galaxies? Do you really think that the same force that gifted the earth with waterfalls and wildflowers did not believe that you were a gift too? My child, know that. It is time to let go. Things are working out in their own way. Trust that your heart is wise and is leading you on a soul healing journey and the right spiritual path. Spirit wants to bring you a blessing and a resolution, but you must let go and allow it to happen. So, events are unfolding according to a higher plan, and even if your plans are going away, know that all will come together at the right time and in the best way possible. So, surrender your struggle and hold on to your faith. Seven blessings of I, the presence of seven, is a sign from the universe to reconnect to the sacred. A spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. You have initiate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full glorious manifestation, and you have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill, and you have natural healing ability, and this message brings in the message that you are. So, blessed your soul is moving you toward a realization of the inherent goodness and grace that is your real nature. Look to the positive and open your heart to the best in yourself and those around you. Choose to see and nurture the spiritual light in yourself and others to the best of your ability. You shall be able to shed false views like a snake shedding its skin and grow in wisdom. Acknowledge your connection to spiritual knowledge, pray, and your prayer shall be answered. My child, know that. Of course, there are good people, contrary to what many think, there is still love to share. One day, someone will offer you a coffee with stories, and you will notice how magical it is to hear someone talk about what they love. And when you least notice it, you will be sharing your books without even caring, and if you are going to get them back. One day, someone will make you smile through your cell phone screen in that way that other people will see you as an idiot, you know. And that is how you realize that Friday nights would not be worth if you don't see that smile while talking about what you love. And suddenly, love opens the door for you, pushes your vulnerabilities, and invites you to dance. Truth be told, and love is in the small details because love is simple. Everything that hurt you is not love, for when you are ready, take the risk of loving again. There will always be a little space for a new book on the shelf, and let new stories come in and color your white wall. When you are ready to dance again in the rain, run out on the sidewalk and let your feet meet someone's feet, and love is not an endurance test. So, my child, know that. The ones who knows where and when to draw the line with their family are usually not being distant, cold or unkind. They are simply aware of what happens when they overextend energy to people who don't respect or reciprocate it. Boundaries like these are a great way to protect your ties to family members, and it is what allows you to safely and comfortably come to family events, celebrate holidays, and stay connected without too much concern. It is what will enable you to live peacefully and without resentment, and it is what encourages you to manage expectation from familiar relationships. And it serves as an opportunity to show others how they can be a healthy and active part of the family without being totally immersed in everyone's drama at business. An unbalanced codependent family dynamics can feel like an all or nothing commitment. But boundaries allow you to show up in ways that align with your love and values without sacrificing promises you made yourself and jeopardizing your involvement with those you care about. And upholding these boundaries may draw attention. Some will immediately understand your decisions because they are well aware of what is happening when a family dynamic smoother your energy. And others will speculate and misjudge you. Neither are your responsibility or your business. Too much concern for what they think or say will pull you into the very codependent dynamic you are avoiding. And you are responsible for your vibration, your mood, what you are willing to offer others, and what treatment you would not allow or engage with. So, finding peace in a channeling family environment is not just about holding boundaries, it is about the healthy intentions behind those boundaries to maintain personal well being and prevent unhealthy dynamics from forming among the family ties you are willing to maintain. So, boundaries don't keep people out and they keep them in while protecting you and your relationship with them. My child, know that. It is often said that you can't bring negative people up if they don't want to go up, and unfortunately, negativity holds a strong power in our world. And while we may strive to uplift others and inspire positive change, the truth is that negative individuals can easily bring people down, and their pessimism and skepticism can cast a shadow over even the most uplifting situations. However, amidst this challenge, we can equip ourselves with tools to cultivate resilience and inner peace. So, my child, know that. Doing techniques and this separately waiting for results is never the solutions. Result will show up if and only if you assume it is already. You don't apply techniques and this separately wait. You force your will into everything around you and see it the way you want to be, and you live in it and make it everything that you see and keep it that way until it is so obvious and clear all around you unfolding right now, and that is the way out. You don't apply techniques and these separately wait. You force your will into everything around you and set it the way you want to be. You live in it and make it everything that you see and keep it that way until it is so obvious and clear all around you. So, by living in it, I don't specifically mean acting as if 24 hours 7 or living in the wish fulfilled. There are multiple ways to live in. Staying excited about the future and having positive expectations, knowing for a fact every circumstances in your everyday life is a step closer, and knowing everything is working in your favor, assigning positive definitions to every event. So, my child, know as always will something come up that needs to be released, and when we decide to make a conscious effort to change or let go, if you will. This is where another layer of the onion needs to be peeled away in order to process, and where things from the past they pop up unexpectedly, and even if you thought you had released it, there is often a greater element to the issue that was not immediately understood or revealed. Let your angels and Archangel Michael help you release what comes through, and it is okay to feel sad or unsettled by it. But once you realize it for what it is, letting go can be that much easier. So take head of any lessons you learn from this and then rejoice when you actively acknowledge it and send it off. Also know that this brings you one step closer to that rewarding future that was indicated yesterday. And this is message that resonates with all these well, and let yourself open to the universe or God, if you will. It is about not letting things hold you back, for there is a divine plan, and I am directed to tell you that it is important to follow with any divine inspiration or thoughts that appear to come out of the blue. So, last week we were asked to listen to deep within, and this still continues and is very important. Connecting way that is much deeper and not letting yourself get swayed or sidelined by others. You have a path to follow that is yours and yours alone, and action is required to achieve what you want, but that action comes from inspirational ideas and thoughts as well as thoughtful planning. So, indeed, as the message is, there is a more rewarding and enriching future ahead for you. So, my child, know that. When you stumble upon something beautiful, your mind starts thinking of way to make it your own. A little song you heard somewhere, a pretty flower that just fell onto your shoulder, or a little bit of love, the music belongs to an artist. And the flower belongs to nature, and the love we carry is all we have got. from our friends, parents, people we care for. So everything changes the moment we share it with someone. When you tell someone about the song, they thank you for sharing your new favorite. And when you pass the flowers on, they thank you for the little gift. When you give out all the love you have collected so far, and they learn to embrace your way of loving and caring. So sometimes the only way to make something your own is to give it away. So my child, know that. Paul wrote this book to Colossus while in Roman custody. In chapter 1, he is writing about the goodness of the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ, and he brings up a familiar theme that is repeated all the throughout the New Testament. Our walk is based on the knowledge of God and our understanding of His will. To know God and what He requires of us is our first responsibility, and this is how we can be pleasing to God and we can produce fruit in our lives. So, repeating what Jesus tells us, if you abide in me and my words abide in you, and you will ask what you desire, and it shall be done for you. And by this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, so you will be my disciples. John, fruitful in every good work. So we should honor God in how we deal with challenges, joys, frustrations, seasons of waiting, and times on the mountain top. And He always deserves the honor of being a good God in all times, and His strength is there for us in all times, and we can endure because we have the good news of Christ. So we can celebrate because we have the good news of Christ, and in all times and all seasons, God is worthy and to be praised. So, dear God, Lord our God, Almighty and Holy One, whose glory shines upon the earth, so that we may find joy in you and may live rejoicing in all your loving kindness. Spread out your hands in blessings over all people. Spread your blessings over the happy and the sad, over the courageous and the weak. Shepherd them in your love, in the great grace you have given through Jesus Christ, confirmed in us through the Holy Spirit. So do not let us remain regarded and worthless. Lift our hearts above what is transitory, for you have given us something eternal to live by. Help us every day so that we can reach the goal, and you have set for us, for many others, and finally for all people of the earth. Amen. Because consciousness is the only reality, I must assume that, and I am already that which I desire to be. So, if I do not believe that I am already what I want to be, then I remain as I am and die in these limitations. So man is always looking for some prop on which to learn, and he is always looking for some excuses to justify failures. This revelation gives man no excuse for failure, and his concept of himself is the cause of all the circumstances of his life, and all changes must first come from within himself. And if he does not change on the outside, it is because he has not changed. My child, know that. Is there somewhere in your life where you are giving your power away to others? And this could be in any area of your life, and you are asked to explore why you are doing this. This could be a job where you don't enjoy it or have a demanding employer, and it could be in relationships with others, romantic or otherwise. And it could be in respect of being taken for granted, that you will just step in and do things or help whenever called upon, despite your own plans. You are asked to take back your power and take control of your life from this situation. So there are always other jobs or other ways of working, and you are only tied into it if you allow yourself to be. And the same with relationship, you can choose not to allow someone to take you for granted or have a control over your life. You can say no to this and set appropriate boundaries that you ensure are respected. So some people don't like it when you take your power back and say no to them, but in these cases you may just be better off away from them, and if they cannot respect you. So whilst you cannot always change a person, you can change your reaction and responses to that person. And if they respect you, then they will see the error in their behavior and change of their own accord. Don't allow others to take and keep hold of your power from you, and take it back and reclaim it. So my child, know that. The truth is, as long as you are truly living from the heart, you can never go wrong. And when we are in the state of love, we are aligned with our soul's calling. Our truth come alive. You should never feel ashamed for the way you feel, especially and when you feeling positive emotions like a love. And it is in fact the way for us to heal. First, by opening ourselves up to strong emotions, the light in us truly shines and our chakras open up, and it is a beautiful, blessed gift for us to be able to be open to love so deeply. And the problem is not our love, but it is our mind telling us we should not feel the way we feel. So this is what creates suffering. So if we cannot try to erase our love, but just focus on the need in us and to be in attachment with another. So it is merely our mind's ego that tells us we can only be happy if and when we are with another. in a romantic sense, but if we love without expectation, knowing the universe will provide for us, that very love will uplift your entire being. So, my child, know that. You are seeing signs or confirmations from the universe of your manifestations and that are going to materialize soon. So your intuition and sixth sense is at peak today and you can already see a change coming your way. You had been waiting for a very long time and are about to give up, but today the divine will clear all your doubts and confusion. So you have been feeling lonely, confused and emotionally withdraw from all your relationships and you are tired of putting up a mask and getting along with others just for the sake of it. So, not anymore in general, you are feeling restless and are in need of a change, and that is exactly what is coming your way. So, keep your cards close to your chest and don't reveal to others what you are wishing for. So beware of a two-faced person who pretends to be your friend but is not, and you will see their true colors today, and that will make you end the friendships or relationships. So do not be tempted to lower your standards out of loneliness, despair, and surrender to the divine and let it work its magic for you. So, dear someone, know that. I wonder if you think of me as often I think of you, and I hope you do, and I hope you remember all the good we brought each other and the carefree days we shared. I placed those memories on the back burner, and now their flames haunt me at night. Forever young and wild, we chase the hills of childhood. I'm sorry if I caused you pain amidst the rapture, and it was never my intention to make you leave. And when the truth is that I was the happiest when I was by your side. So I hope you know that you never left my mind. So, dear someone, know that. I wonder if you ever stop and think, damn, I miss her, and sometimes I ponder if I ever cross your mind and if your heart feels a little lonelier. I wonder if I am the only one hurting and the only one who feels like a part of me is missing, and I will be never find it anywhere else but with you. And the feeling of missing you breaks me more than it should, and some nights feels like I would not make it through them, and some days feel like I living in an endless nightmare. The truth is, I miss you, and as much as I hate admitting it, and every day would not be the same without you. And there are days when I feel like I can conquer all my fears, and then suddenly. It hits me hard that you are no longer there, and my heart feels heavy with sadness. To be honest, I don't know that the future holds, and I don't know if there is a place for you in my life again. But whatever it takes, I don't want to go through the same hell again. As much as every fiber of my being itches for you, and I don't want to come home to someone who does not have the heart to love me fully. I deserve to be celebrated on my happy days and loved when the sad days hit me. I deserve to be cherished when I'm like a full moon and cared for when my heart is empty. I know I was always enough, and so did you. Anytime I lost someone, whether it was a friendship or a son I liked romantically, I used to think that life is over and I will never have anything better. I used to grip onto people so tightly that regardless of all the power my souls would use, and despite using all I had within me to the point where I was sick, distraught and anxious, and I blamed myself and thought that did not do enough. I failed to realize that people who are meant for me will not need to be held on to until I bleed. So bonds meant for your heart and soul feels like free water and a fresh spring breeze. And the truth is that the universe will always replace. So what gets taken away from you is replaced with something better. And whether you are 18 or 50, always remember that absolutely nobody is worth stressing over, and you will always have it better in the end. Make sure you never forget that. So, my child, know that King Nebuchadnezzar had a dream and he wished to know the importance of it. Nebuchadnezzar called the astrologer of his kingdom before and asked for them to interrupt his dream, but he had forgotten his dream. This wise man insisted that only the gods could reveal a man's forgotten dream, and they should not be asked to do such a thing. King Nebuchadnezzar called for all the wise men of Babylon to be killed, and which included Daniel and his friends. When people had come to kill Daniel, he has wise, and Daniel requested time and prayed that God would reveal the dream to him, and God gave Daniel the dream and its interpretation to Daniel, and Daniel praised the Lord. So when Daniel came to the king, he told him that no man can tell you a forgotten dream, but give God credit for the revelation of his dream, and Daniel chose to glorify God and not himself. So King Nebuchadnezzar dreamed the image, which was a picture of the future world empires, and the head was of gold, and the arms of silver, and the thigh of brass, and the legs of iron, and the feet of iron and clay, stone cut without tools, that struck the image on its feet and broke it to pieces. The image disappeared, and the stone that struck the feet grew into an enormous mountain that filled the whole earth. So, my child, know that King come to Jerusalem and besieged it, and the best and brightest of Jerusalem young men were taken to Babylon to serve in the king's place. And these men were to be trained for 3 years, then enter the royal service. Daniel, Hanina, Michael, and Arjabia were four of the young men chosen. But Daniel and his friends did not want to defile themselves by eating the king's food, so Daniel proposed a test where he and his friends only ate vegetables and water for 10 days. Then their appearance examined. After the 10 days, they looked better than the man who ate the king's food. So they were given vegetables and water. God gave Daniel, Hannah, Mishael, and Arja knowledge and skill in all literature in wisdom. And gave Daniel the ability to understand all visions and dreams. When the king interviewed all of the men, none compared to Daniel and his friends, and the king also found these four men to be 10 times wiser in all matters of understanding and wisdom than any of the magicians and astrologers in his realm. So, my child, know that. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord hath commanded, saying, And speak unto the children of Israel that they bring thee a red heifer without spot, wherein is no blemish, and upon which never come yoke, and ye shall give her unto Eleazar the priest. And that he may bring her forth without the camp, and one shall slay her before his face, and Eleazar the priest shall take off her blood with his finger and sprinkle of her blood directly. So before the tabernacle of the congregation 7 times, and one shall burn the heifer in the sight, her skin and her flesh and her blood with her, and dung shall he burn. And the priest shall take cedar wood and hyssop and scarlet, and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer. And the priest shall take cedar wood and hyssop and scarlet, and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer. Type yes if you have faith and trust in God, and if you want your all wishes comes true, type amen. And if you like this video, please do subscribe my channel for more encouraging God words.